Well, hello there. I am so excited because this is the first time I am making a tutorial, and today we are actually talking about place value. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, one of the first things that confuses students is the actual order of the places and and where they come. So you have the ones, and then the tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and then we only go up to millions. I went ahead and created this little saying that seems to help the students remember which places are where, and this is what it is. It goes: one tiny hamster thanked 10,000 happy thoroughbreds merrily. Now, I know it sounds really silly and it really doesn't even make sense, but for some reason this is what the kids seem to have grabbed onto, and I kind of just let them go with it. So the O stands for the ones column, the T for the tens column, and the H stands for the hundreds column, and the T stands for the thousands column, and the TH stands for the 10,000s column. The HTH stands for the 100,000s column, and the M stands for the millions place, which everybody loves the millions place. So we have the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and millions. And let's not forget the commas. Alright, so let's go ahead and put a number onto our place value chart. So go ahead and put this number on your place value chart at home: 7,654,621. Let me say it again: 7,654,621. And you can go ahead and pause me if you need a minute to put that in, but I'm just going to go ahead and write it in there now for you. So we have 7 million. It tells you right there, 7 million. Then you have 654,000. So you know that you're dealing with the thousands place in here somewhere. So 654,000. And then you have 621. 621. Now I'd like you to go ahead and write down the word for the place that the number 4 is in. So write down what word represents the place that 4 is in. So what place is the 4 in? The 4 is in the one tiny hamster thanked. So the 4 is in the thousands place. So that's what you should have had. Now go ahead and write down what place is the 5 in. What place is the 5 in? Go ahead and pause me while you write it down. And the 5 is in the, let's see, you have one tiny hamster thanked 10,000. So the 5 is in the 10,000s place. And last one, go go ahead and write down what place is the 2 in. What place is the 2 in? Go ahead and pause me. The place that the 2 is in, let's see, you have 1 tiny. So that is the tens column. So do you see how important it is to make sure that you remember what your place values are and how in which order they come in? And that when you have a question about the places or the place values or even writing out a number and you're still not sure, how helpful it can be to write down you had the 1 tiny hamster. So you have 1 tiny hamster thanked 10,000 happy thoroughbreds merrily. And you have the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, and millions. Okay, the next confusing part for students can be to seeing what the value of each number is. The value of each number. Now, what I tell my students to help them remember is I tell them to, even though they see value, that they should really think volume and really see a 0 there, and you'll see why in just a second. So let's go ahead and determine the value or the volume with a 0 instead of an A of the 4. What is the value of the 4? Go ahead and pause me if you want to figure it out for yourself. And the value or volume of the 4 is I bring down that 4. I bring down that 4. And then here is the 0 part that comes in. So instead of value with an A, they think volume with a 0 there, and that helps them to remember that we are including zeros. That hopefully that will help them. It's helped all of my students in the past. So the value or volume of the 4 is actually 4,000. Okay, go ahead and write down what the value or volume of the 5 is. And pause me to figure it out. The value or volume of the 5 is you bring down the 5, and then instead of A, remember you're thinking 0, and so you instead of bringing down the 4, you have a 0. Instead of bringing down the 6, you have a 0. Oopsies. You have a 0. Instead of bringing down the 2, you have a 0. Instead of bringing down the 1, you have a 0. 1, 2, 3, comma. So your value for the 5 is not just 5, it's actually 50,000. And then the value or volume of the 7. Go ahead and figure that out and pause me. The value of the 7, let's see, we bring down the 7. And then you should remember what we do is we add zeros now. And my students kind of sing a little song when they do it. They say 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Oh, and there we go. So we have 7 million is the value or volume of the 7. Okay, now I'd like you to pay special attention to both of the 6's in our number and see how different they are. Yes, they are both the number 6, but they actually represent two very different values. Okay, this 6 over here is actually in the, let's see, 1 tiny hamster is in the hundreds place. And the value of that is 600. And let's take a look at this 6, and that is in the, let's see, 1 tiny hamster thanked 10,000 happy thoroughbreds. So this is in the 100,000s place. And the value of that is, let's see, we bring down the 6 and then 0, 0, 0, 0. So that is actually 600,000. Do we see how that's different? Even though they're both 6's, where they are in the number, the place that they're in the number, actually really determines the value of how much that 6 is truly worth. Okay? Okay, and we are going to quickly discuss expanded form. Expanded form is really just the value of every number, and you're adding them together to get the final number that's in standard form. So, of course, the students have to write the value or volume of every single number, and one way I do this, I teach my children to do this to help them keep everything organized, is to just write that value of the number starting right underneath that number, the place that they're in. So you have 7 million, 7 million, and then they write the addition sign right there. 600,000, addition sign. 50,000, addition sign. 4,000, uh-oh, running out of room, plus 600, plus 20, plus 1. I made it. And that, my friends, is expanded form. And word form is exactly that, just this number, but in words. So you would have 7,654,621. So, and the way I tell my students to do that is just go ahead and write the words and say the numbers out loud. And as they say the numbers out loud, they just go ahead and write the words. So that's it. That's the end of my very first tutorial. So thanks for sticking with me. I promise that they will get better in the future, and hopefully they will flow even better and move a little bit faster. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Tune in.